Well, here we are the morning after the Conservative motion, an Opposition Day motion to hold the federal Liberals' feet to the fire as far as their commitment to building another pipeline failed. The Liberals, in fact, did not want to go along with the wording, which is exactly drawn from the memorandum of understanding that was just signed a couple of weeks ago, or at least agreed to a couple of weeks ago. No, it's not a contract, but the Conservative motion, in fairness, said basically what the memorandum of understanding was doing, including carbon sequestration, including Indigenous consultation and involvement. All of these things were there, but when it came down to it, I guess Hamlet was right. Blaise the Thing wrote, "Catch the conscience of the king." It's clear that Liberals have no intention of making this pipeline work, and it's going to be a real disappointment, not just for Albertans and for the bottom line for the economy, because there's only one way to get Canada's economy back on track right now, especially with trade and tariffs and concerns about the decline in our standard of living and increasing debt. And that's to get more of what the world wants from Canada, natural gas and oil. And the fact that we cannot build a pipeline, the Liberals appear to say one thing and do another. And it's not just me. I mean, it's very clear. Mark Carney says to Albertans, yeah, he's going to build a pipeline. He goes to BC, says he isn't, says the same thing in Ottawa. I just don't think Mark Carney can be trusted. I don't think the Liberals can be trusted. It's clear that after 10 years of vandalizing the oil and gas sector and imposing hardship on pretty much every other sector, agriculture, mining, and whatnot, with their carbon taxes and their green regulations, their net zero fanaticism, it looks like we're back to where we were. And I can tell you this will be a factor that anyone considering to build this pipeline will have to now consider, the fact that the federal government doesn't really mean what it says. And we're back to where we were, Kinder Morgan being the Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. After getting approval, Ottawa didn't defend the builder, and the builder wound up suing us, not just for the $6 billion that it cost them, but also another additional $44 billion, which cost you and I as taxpayers to build. That's because you had every Tom, Dick, and Harry, that'll be the BC government, every climate organization funded by U.S. charities, most notably the Rockefeller, Tides, and others that want to favor U.S. oil over Canadian oil. We now end up in a situation where we sent a message to the world that Canada is not great place to invest your money. It's very risky. And the Liberals committed to furthering that risk to anyone who wants to potentially invest in Canada. So unless you're willing to talk about maybe a couple of windmills and solar panels made in China, or maybe some EVs that no one wants and no one can drive and are totally useless, this country is in very, very serious position. And it's there because we voted to put in albozos who want to continue this idea that it's somehow 2015 and net zero and the policies that go with it are going to lead the country back to prosperity. We're in a very, very difficult situation. And one very simple prediction: we've been right on everything we've done over the past several years. This pipeline is not going to get built because the Liberals are trying to find a way to scupper it even before it begins. And last night was total evidence by a vote of 198 to 139 with their buddies in the NDP in the bloc. And yes, the one Green going along with this. It's very clear Canadians have made a really silly choice, and it's going to cost them. It's also costing our reputation, thanks to parliamentarians last night trying to evade what they've committed to by basically swallowing themselves whole and going against a pipeline that they committed to only 3 weeks ago. An MOU is not a contract, and it's very clear that the Liberals are trying to play both sides to make everybody happy at the end of the day. And in July 1st, we will not get another pipeline, and the country will continue to decline economically and politically.